it's Mark and Cindy on the radio, 10 to 11 a.m.
Woo!
Well, it's Mark
Welcome,
and Cindy
Lone Star
on the
Internet radio
show.
listeners. This is the Mark and Cindy Show, and I am so excited because Cindy's back. She's back from Lubbock. In fact, she just drove in and swerved into her parking place. I don't know how she did it. She beat the front coming in.
I did. It was 80 degrees yesterday coming through Weatherford, Texas. 80. It was 79. I went, good grief. That's just what I said. And it was like that, so mild yesterday. I loved it. And people were out playing and doing all that. And then what's going to happen tomorrow? I bet they close the schools again.
You know, if they don't tomorrow, they'll do it Wednesday. What I hear.
Why? Now, why do you think that?
Here's the deal. That Kay explained it to me. I don't listen to the weather or anything. Kay said, by the way, the high was at 10 o'clock. I think it was at 9:45. But it's going to start getting colder. But she said, yes, it's going to be really cold tonight, and it may snow or whatever. But she said it's going to warm up, and Wednesday night it's going to be a very hard freeze to where when we wake up Wednesday, the roads will be ice instead of slush or something.
That's what I thought was going to happen for tomorrow. We're supposed to have snow between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. It's going to be like 3 hours or 4 hours. It's supposed to have sleet and the snow. For us,
the number of times I've heard that on the news to where, and I'm not joking, I have been
totally
outside
jaded.
And I look at the mercury vapor light and I stare to see if I can see snow or something. I'm freezing my buns off. But tonight I'll be out there. There's something about
living
flakes
because we never see it. That is such a big deal to us. The kids are all excited too. They think I don't know whether it's because they may miss school or it's actually the snow that's going to happen. But I had to go all the way to Lubbock where it always snows. It's always extremely cold, and you guys had it here. And I missed it because
we had cold.
Kids,
we didn't have.
Well, no, the kids
snow.
got snow. They said it wasn't enough to make anything, but it was. They got
Willis?
it. Yes, we're further north than you are, and we're going to get it. It's so exciting.
We were supposed to get it. We had little pellets of something on my roof, but even when it was freezing, it was
what
melting.
color were they?
They were white pellets.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Cindy, for straightening that out. But welcome back, and I'm assuming the trip was just wonderful.
Your
mom was.
I got to see my mom. It was so good. I got to spend a lot of time with her and my sister. And my sister and I never get to spend time together, so had to wait till her husband goes to Croatia, and then I go over and spend the time with her. He's a
hitman. That's all I can think of from Croatia. He's with the
theologian, doctorate of theology, and he does all these lectures and things, and so he goes everywhere. So it was great. But when he's gone, boy, we have a good time.
Oh, good. I apologize. I was mistaking Croatia with further east, and that's just not right.
I have no idea. Where is Croatia? I don't even know.
It used to be part of Yugoslavia.
Oh,
and,
that
it divided
area.
Into Serbia and Croatia and some other places. But does he speak the language?
No, it's all through interpreters.
See, and I didn't even know to speak Croatian. If it's a language, the number of people that speak it can't be many.
Probably not. But it was more fun when he's gone somewhere that we go have fun.
And you know what is weird? This is fascinating as it can be.
I know.
But the stuff we've got today, one thing I'm going to talk about, let me just tell you this, I read a piece that said in 2018, that's 4 years, count them 4 years from now, obesity will be unheard of, and I'll share that with you. And I'm just so excited. I could almost
Am I dying
eat
out
something.
or something?
No. It's going to be so easy for us, Cindy. I can't wait.
Do we just take a pill, or is it? It's not exercise.
Pretty much. But I don't want to give much of it away. But this actually sounds.
This is a teaser.
Almost feasible as they all
really?
do. Yeah.
Okay. Did Dr. Oz come up with? I just want to know that. Did Dr. Oz come up with?
No, he did not. He came up with the last one, and I tried it. And no way, Jose. There is interesting stuff actually from the Conroe Courier I wanted to share with some people. There's rabies. Skunks are the problem now. Skunks have rabies. We'll talk a little bit about that, or I will inform you, and you can.
Who would ever get close enough to get bitten?
That's skunk. A good point. It's bad enough.
Because we just drove through, and we always have those guys get killed or die or mad or something.
Yeah.
And we have to drive through that, and you cannot get it out of your head.
You can't.
Oh, that smell.
God made them really. But I would rather confront a skunk, I think, than one of those porcupines. I saw on one of the animal shows these dogs that got porcupined, and they're just, it's terrible.
Well, Cindy asked us, we passed through the skunk smell, and we're all going, ugh. She said, what are they good for? And I went, I guess to make us know that what we think stinks is not so bad. And maybe now we smell what we're smelling now that we passed him is better. I don't know. It's to appreciate good smell. I don't know. She was just real upset. Like, why did God put a skunk here? I have to explain those things.
That's, if I was a dad, I would. My kids wouldn't know anything, but they would share it with what I told them with the school teacher. Well,
and they would come visit you. They'd do a visit with you.
Skunks were made in order to purify. Anyway, what have you got there, Cindy?
Well, going to Lubbock. Have you ever driven to Lubbock?
Yes.
Okay. The wind farms. I always
haven't
forget.
Seen them. I pre-wind farmed them.
Listen, when this is dead of night and you're driving, and all of a sudden, it just happens all of a sudden. You turn a curve or something, and you see them, and they have red lights on all of them, and there are hundreds of them. So you come up, and they're very tall. It's like really high. So it's not like just one little blinking, antenna, something to keep the airplane from hitting it. It's hundreds of these things go off, and if you didn't know what that was, if you're driving the first time down there, what would you think has landed? And they're just strange. The wind farms are strange.
Oh, no kidding. And the propeller, the vanes, whatever they are, they would have to have a light on them, wouldn't they?
The propeller. No, they don't. They just have it right there at the center of it.
That's the thing.
You're right, because it's like, okay, I won't hit that, but I'm going to be.
Cindy, when you see those things coming down on a truck, on a semi, the blades. See, I've called them 3 different things now. The blades, they are unbelievably huge.
They are.
And then you put them on these things, and from a distance, they don't look that big, but they're huge mungus.
Well, they stand up there and you just in awe of it, but not as much as Sam used to. I keep forgetting every time as I'm coming around there's going to be this guy walking out of the woods.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Texas or near Huntsville, Texas, if you get near our area, you've got to drive at least 15 minutes more and go see Sam Houston walking out of the forest. And how tall is that?
It's 90 feet.
You don't know.
I don't know. I know the
It's
Nebuchadnezzar.
huge.
Nebuchadnezzar. He had this is an ancient Babylonian god. Had a statue of himself made 90 feet tall, and they said it was out of gold. I can't believe it was pure gold. But that's what
I've got to tell you.
Sam Houston isn't quite that big, I don't think.
I was driving back, and I was in Sam's car. Sam's car is easy to really speed, so I kept putting it on the cruise control at 85 because it says 75, so I gave myself between 80 and 85. Anyway, so I'm going down, and there's a big long truck, and I go, I've got to get past this truck. So I take it off the cruise and start going. Just as our fine state troopers are coming this way, and he's able to come across the thing. So just as I get there, I see him. I went, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes across there, and I still have to pass the truck, and he has to get around, and then we have to pull over and have our conversation. But I'm sitting there waiting for him to come up to the window, and he comes to this window and knocks on the window, scares the whack out of me. I didn't say anything bad.
Passenger window?
Yeah, he came around the passenger window, and I had everything ready to give him, but I had all my lunch, my supper, and everything in that. I'm surprised he didn't do something, give me a ticket for that, but it was all this food and everything all over the place. And so he just kind of looks at it and says, give me your driver's license and all that stuff. And I did, and I was so appreciative. I told him, thank you for stopping me. I could have had a wreck and kill myself. I really appreciate you stopping me. And he goes, that's okay. And I said, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's okay. It's like, I don't know how many people have told him that lately.
Yeah.
But I'm always very nice to those guys. But it was $180.
Oh.
It's gonna be the fine. I've got to call him today. He says no later than today. You got to call this judge. You're in Nolan County, and be sure and call them, Nolan County. And I thought, now I've got to take that driver's on the
Golden Corral has a place.
What?
A Golden Corral, you can take the course there.
No, you cannot.
You can. Yes, I saw it on their water doobie thing.
How could they combine that? They've had the comedy thing and the and the. Okay, well, I'll do that. Also, I listened to the show.
I don't know.
You can
now,
do
Ryan's
it.
I can understand.
You can do it during the show.
You can. That'd be interesting.
Now, if you could do it, that would be good. I love those online. Have you ever taken a driver's safety? You probably never got a ticket, right?
I got one ticket back in 1970. And I did it because of this. I come over the hill, and there's the cop, and I do this. And, ladies and gentlemen, what I just did is slap my forehead. When you see a cop there, don't ever look like you're guilty, because all he had to do is, this guy knows it, let's go get him. And but anyway, yeah, go. Nolan, close to Lubbock or closer to us?
It was closer to us.
Okay.
But he knew where Willis was. I said, I'm from Willis. And he goes, Willis, that's just right by Houston, right? And I went, yes, sir. Whatever he says, you just say, yes, sir. Whatever you feel like you feel like. But I listened to the show.
Way to go.
On Thursday.
Yeah, we know.
And I listened to all the show, not just until I called. I listened to the whole show. And I heard you besmirch my name, and I heard you just everything I said the day before, like the nut job, and I said, go see the show.
Oh, the nut job, yeah.
You listened to
Yeah.
Why would anybody critique an animated film?
What are they thinking?
In the first place? Yeah. And then for you to take their word over mine.
Yeah, I know.
That
because you have seen so many. I was just digging for stuff to say, Cindy, and thinking that no way is she listening to this part.
She has turned it off.
Gosh.
No, and then about the
Dick did it. He's the one that drew it out of me.
And then the train up the child. But I'll wait till the spiritual moment to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
That'll be fun.
So you've got the spiritual moment, or
no. I just want to kind of add something to it if it's okay.
Good.
I know it's your spot.
Yes,
I would never take your spot.
That's
But you got, this first segment I know is we're just getting caught up in all that stuff.
Oh yes, it's.
But I have to ask Richard something. Richard,
think about this. You have to. Okay, go ahead.
I have to ask because my brother-in-law loves electronics, and he loves
his
TVs.
name's Sam too.
His name's Charles, and Charles bought this humongous TV that they have in their living room. It's called a Samsung Smart TV. And they paid $1,000 extra to get the HZ. Have you seen these TVs? Okay, he's looking at me blankly.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's HC?
HZ.
Oh, HZ.
HZ.
Oh, that's so much clearer to me.
It's supposed to, be so many more lines of resolution on it that you're supposed to have all this just great detail and clarity and all. What it looks like is, when you watch the movie, is that it looks like what I would have shot while the camera was shooting the movie. I was shooting it with my flip camera, and then that's what I see. It looks like video. I don't know. I don't understand it.
It's weird. To me, it looks like you're watching a play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like. You're on the stage.
Exactly.
And you're watching one of those made-for-TV plays.
Well, it seemed to me like this is what the director looks at rushes. Here's the rushes. This is what I'm going to look at, and now I know what I want to do, if I'm going to change
the depth
something.
of field on those TVs is really, it drives you up a wall for the first, a week. Because my brother actually has the same TV.
It's horrible.
So that's what I was sitting here watching a movie, and I'm like, man, this is so weird.
Yeah, that's my question was, is that a good thing? I don't.
It's terrible. Well, I think people think it's going to be really cool.
Well, certain movies, it benefits from it.
Yeah,
if it's really colorful.
The cartoons.
Ooh, animated, I would think would be great.
No, that.
Maybe 3D.
That I agree. That would be fine. But who, not for adults and paying that much money for it. How could they dare do that? But I know so many things went on this weekend, and I got to tell you about a terrible crash that happened right across the street from us. And luckily, the guy crashed that way into the trees instead of this way. Yeah,
okay.
He went. So I'll tell you about that.
And when we get back, ladies and gentlemen, not only will we have this crash, but we are going to talk about the what do you call it? It's going to be extinct. Obesity, and I'm going to be one of the first obesity extinctions.
That's the best cliffhanger. That's the best
cliffhanger. Woo-hoo.
Unless they're going to eliminate us
later.
I don't know.
It's growing like the size of the fist that the man claimed broke his wheel. It's growing.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301. right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
Hello, I'm Bonita DeRosa, Animal Control Officer for the City of Willis. We invite you to tune in to Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. for the Willis Hour. On the first Thursday of the month, the Willis Hour will be covering upcoming events and news about the city. Join in the conversation with your city officials and other leaders in the community. On the third, we will be doing a recap of the last City Council meeting. The mission of the City of Willis is to provide high-quality services, accountability, and professional commitment to our citizens. We pledge to provide those who live, work, and visit our city an effective government that is open and responsive to the needs and values of the community. Again, we invite you to tune in on Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 for the Willis Hour.
Hi, this is Steve Scott, the Houston Business Coach. What is business coaching? Business coaching is about bringing accountability. Accountability is the key to shortening the time to accomplish what is valuable to you. Everything you do in business is part of a process. When you improve the process and add accountability, you will increase the odds of a successful outcome. And business coaching is for those individuals and companies who want to create pathways to accelerate the process of their successful performance. Regardless of what you wish to accomplish, seldom will your success exceed your personal development, your ability to grow your thinking. As a personal business coach, I take your goals and dreams, add some accountability, and help you close the gap between your intention and your results. To discover if personal business coaching is for you, call me at 281-376-2790. That's 281-376-2790, or visit me at www.thehoustonbusinesscoach.com.
I can tell by the time it's been told by more than one. It's growing.
Did anybody get hurt in that wreck you were talking about, Cindy, by the way?
No, you're listening to the Mark and Cindy show. No, I was gone, so Sam called and told me, so you missed something. There was our neighbor was putting the garbage out, so he saw this happen. This car comes screaming down the squirrel tree, and makes a, I guess he hit his brake or something. Anyway, he started spinning, and he spun into the people across the street, and crashed up against their tree, and got out and started running. He just ran into the night, and then all of a sudden he sees the police coming, and there's the fire truck. Everybody's coming. So apparently he'd been being chased, and he ran off. So they were all, Samantha and all them were scared because they thought he may be still in the neighborhood and area. But Sam said it took them the longest time to investigate this. They put up the yellow tape. I don't know why they do that. It's nobody's around. Yeah. And they put the yellow tape. They dusted for fingerprints and all that. And so they found out that he had stolen this car. Somebody had gotten out of the car, went inside, and it was still running. And this kid saw it, I guess, and jumped in and spun out. But he didn't hurt himself. And he said the whole back end was totally demolished. And the tree looks horrible. The tree looks really bad.
Squirrel tree is bad?
Yeah, the poor little squirrel tree is all bad.
I hate that.
It's terrible. But anyway, it was the most exciting thing probably that's happened around Willis in a long time.
That is one thing that worries me about living. You're not in the boonies. You've got homes around, but they're a distance. Is someone having car trouble or someone telling me they have car trouble coming to the door at 11 o'clock at night? What do I do? I don't know.
We're like 500 feet away from the street. And so that makes it, I can see somebody coming, and it's 45 seconds. I've timed it till they get to, they drive up and get out. and I can get the front, the kitchen and the front picked up and clean. So it's great.
It's
I've time
pretty
to
cool.
So I know.
45 seconds?
Yeah, for them to make it.
I can
up there.
take care of the couch probably in that time, all the clothes and crud on it. But,
You move it all the time.
speaking of the police having a long time to investigate, Cindy, I've made no secret of the fact that I watch these Datelines and who the heck did I marry type things. And it's just stymies me. Like, this guy kills his wife, gets away with it, and 20 years later he kills his son and has... And the way he killed his wife by burning her up in the bathroom. He put plywood over the bathroom window and put kerosene on the floor, lit it, got his kids out, and said he never had time to get his wife out. Why did you put the sheetrock on? Well, I did that months ago. And a witness came up and said, no, he did it yesterday. It wasn't on there. And yet the police... He then 4 days later goes to Florida, and this town, wherever it was, not the police, they wanted to do it, but the prosecutor, whatever, said, "Nah, we'll have to extradite him. I don't want to. It costs too much money."
So
they let him go. And the family of the girl that got burned, they said, "Yes, for 20 years we've been upset about." Well, good grief, do something. Anyway, investigation. It's not anytime you get one of those cases, it's not one of those where CIS comes in or CSI or whoever those people are. But I would have been, steamed, and I'm sure they were, but it just didn't work out well for them. But speaking of obesity,
yes,
that
let's
guy,
speak about it.
I don't think he was obese who did the murder, but he got, like many of us, Cindy, he got bigger as he went along, and that has sure happened to me.
Probably complacent that nobody's going to catch him, and you do that.
And
how are we going to not be obese anymore?
Okay, it's going to be so simple. Scientists predict an end of obesity. This is in the Houston Chronicle, ladies and gentlemen.
So you know it's
These
true.
people don't lie. And look at this article. But at the top in print, you cannot believe how small it is. It says advertisement. After years of painstaking research, scientists have announced a weight loss discovery so radical it could end obesity in America by 2018. It's a real game changer. And ladies and gentlemen, what it is an extract from a pumpkin seed. Not any pumpkin seed. Yes, it's any pumpkin, but it's got to be grown in one particular area and nurtured in a particular way. And then you take the seeds, you take an extract out, take the peel. You can eat anything you want, as much as you want, but you will lose weight. And I
That's
believe
an
this
advertisement.
like
See,
I believe.
And it's a headline. Like,
Yeah.
Unless that looks
And
like it's
that's-
part of the
And there's
Chronicle. Shame.
part of me that there's a lot of me that would like to believe that, like, oh, get out. They haven't cured baldness. I've let that go. You think we can do just about anything.
Everything.
Clone people. We can't cure baldness.
But we made it
obesity,
popular.
can
No, but we made
do
it popular to shave your
that?
head.
We did.
We
did that.
Telly Savalas came in. Was
He
like
is
the
that
beginning
guy.
of
He's right.
of that. I
He
think
embraced the entire notion of the thing.
that is so true.
And there is so much
The end of obesity.
fascinating stuff here. One is not, though, movie reviews. And I wanted to ask you, did you see anything?
I did. Well, I saw what you've already seen, though. I saw the Jack Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Go see Jack Ryan. It is so
That was
good.
exciting. Yeah.
Now, what was the review on that?
It
you
was
read it?
okay. Yeah, it was 3.5 stars, I think.
Do you
something
really?
like that, out
do you
of
really
5.
read the
Yeah.
reviews?
And I read them to see what he didn't like about them. And some will say, no story, just action. And sometimes, well, that's what I want. I want the action. This one said it had a good story, and it was very exciting. And he was leery of this guy playing Jack Ryan. But when it was over, he said this guy was good.
Oh,
He played,
man,
Captain Kirk.
Right, and Kevin Costner was so good. Kevin Costner's gotten
was.
so much better.
Yeah.
Than he played like one. He still plays the same person that he can't get away from. But he really did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And with 3 movies coming out all in a row, we were talking about his 3 Days to Kill coming out, and he also has Trade about football.
That's
Trade
right.
Day.
Draft day.
Draft.
Draft.
Day.
I know it's a draft.
I am
Thank
so
you.
pleased that you
Draft
can
day.
remember stuff like
Thank
that.
you.
I saw the previews, and what were they about? I don't remember, but I want to see him.
Oh no, it's very cool because it seemed like it would be
Yeah.
good, fun, informative, and
it's like the Texans because he's got, my understanding from the previews is he's got a first pick, and they're saying, oh,
That's
you
right.
got to get so-and-so, so-and-so,
Right.
and you get the impression, no, he's going to do something really bizarro.
I'm so glad. You know, some of the trailers, you watch them, you sit there, and Sam and I will turn to each other and go like, seen it, because they show way too much. And when
Really?
they show that much, you feel like they're trying to show you every good thing about that movie, and they're not going to keep anything back because they want you to. It just makes me so bad. So I feel like, okay, I've seen it.
Liam Neeson movie Taken 2. I remember when the preview came out. I mean, I'm not joking. I want you to know. There it is, you know, okay, 8 minutes. I've seen it.
But I thought
did see
2
it.
was
It
better than. I'm not
It was-
better than 1, but I just
Yeah.
I love Taken. That was
That's good. I like
he's good.
theme, the revenge.
And the family, yes.
I will find you.
Yes.
Yeah. Let her go now. No questions asked, everything. But you keep her. I will find you, and I will kill you.
And he was a voice in a new animated movie. I'm trying to say not Job, but it may be.
Frozen? He might have been Frozen.
No, he
Somebody
wasn't
told
Frozen.
me they love Frozen. I don't believe. And I know this is
Well, if
fascinating.
they
ladies and
like
gentlemen,
music, but see, some people need to know
It
like
is
before
the
they
nut
go
job.
see it.
it is the nut job.
Who
is he? He's not the squirrel.
He's a bad guy.
He's a raccoon.
He's a raccoon
Oh,
who's
they're
the bad
worst.
guy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. They may mess it up for
No.
somebody.
Oh yeah, that would do it for
Oh.
me. You know, I saw. I rented Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson.
Percy, yeah.
And I am flabbergasted, and I get flabbergasted easy, Cindy. But the
Really?
number of action movies, science fiction, and all that involve Greek gods and all, and I didn't know he is the son
of Zeus?
No, he's son of. There's Neptune, but it's the same god. In other words, the Romans had Neptune, the Greeks had.
It wasn't Zeus?
No, Zeus is the number one god. Poseidon, thank you so much.
That's
He's
right.
the son of Poseidon.
That's right.
And the whole deal is about these sons of the gods and.
Son of a bad movie. I hate to be that.
Well, and the kids, you know, the children, Cindy, they're watching it and say, "Hey, I want to be the son of Poseidon, or I want to be the son of Ares, the god of war." That's the Greek.
No,
Anyway,
the
fascinating.
first
A lot of
one.
action.
No, the first one was good. I didn't see the second Percy.
Yeah. You know what I have done twice, and I don't recommend it, but it makes me feel so good when I go to the Red Box, and they're Cindy. Not making this up. I'm going.
Don't
I'm
get
heading.
flabbergasted.
No. This won't be flabbergasted. I'm headed there to the Red Box. Nobody's there, and all of a sudden, at the last minute, here comes somebody right up.
Wants the same movie.
Well, no, I don't
as-
care.
oh.
They're sitting there playing with the machine. And the last 2 times this happened, the first time a man in his family was there, and he was looking, and I just stopped, and he said, "Hey, all you're doing is turning that in?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll do it." And so I handed it to him, and he said, "Oh, so-and-so, was that any good?" And I said, "Yeah." Anyway, I don't want to stand there
He
and
didn't
watch
take-
him do it,
Oh.
so I just turn around and walk and leave, and I get home, and yes, it was turned in. I did that again at Kroger, and all it does to me, and like I say, I don't recommend it, but the price I would pay is actually the cost of a movie if the person didn't. But
Right.
it just reinforces my belief that people
humanity?
are good. They really are. It's
They
just
are
a few
basically
that
good.
yeah, like, oh no, I'm going to steal this from you, and some may.
No,
but-
people pull over and stop whenever you. I am really.
I hadn't noticed.
Popping up beats. I did see Gravity. Finally.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And
Okay.
I saw it in 3D.
Okay, did 3D?
Yeah.
How?
It was. I think that was the
Probably
way
better.
to see it.
I
think,
would
I think
guess.
that's the way to see it. And I mean, it was the thing that kept me in my seat was the popcorn, but it was.
Oh, of course.
They have a restaurant there. You go order at the restaurant, and then you go in the movie. And they
Where?
have
In Conroe?
no, in Lubbock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lubbock.
Never mind.
And then they have the thing blinks. I thought they were going to bring it to us because I was saying, okay, and you'll bring it to us and go, oh no, man,
thought they
this will
would.
blink, and then you'll come and take it from us. So it was very cool. It blinked, and we went and got it, and it sits in the cup holder. The tray does, and you can move the tray back and forth, and you just
Oh,
place
cool.
it. It was great, and they had really good food, and I thought of the one that we have here, the Star
Yeah.
Grill. Is it
Yeah,
Star?
I wouldn't say Lone Star, but I think you're right.
No, Star,
yeah.
I think Lone Star.
Yeah.
Star Grill.
They deliver it there.
They deliver it. And I went to go, the first time I went there was when they were having a show that
Jimmy
everybody
Carter?
wanted to see, and it was Harry Potter.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was like everybody was really excited about seeing the show. And I thought, well, I'll go see it when nobody's going to be there. And I ordered my stuff, and it was taking them forever to get there. The girl comes down to hand it to me, and she looks up, and she goes, oh, that's ruined this movie for me. I didn't want to see the last part yet. And she got so upset with me because she had to come down to get my food and have me pay, and it was at the last of the movie, and now she's seen the last of it, and it's ruined the movie for her. And she's sitting there griping as I'm paying her
you
the
didn't
money
slap
for this.
her?
I didn't do that.
Oh, gosh,
She was so
Cindy, sheesh.
upset.
Speaking
love
of
that.
upset,
I'm
I am
sorry.
upset that we've got to take a break now. Word from our sponsors, and to let you know a little bit about who else is on this fascinating internet radio show station, Lone Star. When we come back, rabies, ladies and gentlemen, rabies, and
Rabies. I
two
don't know that
doves
guy.
killed that the Pope let loose. It's the saddest story in the history of Eastern civilization.
I'm sorry, it was
Later.
kind of funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
Like the need of a guy to see his girl.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Cable Smith, host of the Lone Star Outdoors Show, inviting you to join me Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 on Lone Star Internet Radio for Texas' premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor talk show. So pour yourself another cup of coffee and pull up that stool a little closer to the old campfire, because if you can catch it or kill it in Texas, we're going to talk about it. That's right. Bucks and ducks, gobblers, monster bass, redfish, trout, and a whole lot more. Plus, you never know what outdoor celebrity is going to drop by, from Phil the Duck Commander Robertson to fishing legend Bill Dance or everybody's favorite uncle Ted Nugent. Heck, we might even mix in an interview and hear some brand spanking new Texas music from one of your favorite Texas musicians like Robert Earl Keen, Brandon Ryder, or the honky-tonk kid himself, Aaron Watson. Loved or hated but never ignored, it's the Lone Star Outdoors Show with me, Cable Smith, Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 right here on Lone Star Internet Radio on irlonestar.com.
Hi, I'm Joyce with the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located at the corner of Simonton and North Main, just across the street from the courthouse. The week starts off Monday with open mic hosted by Alan, and Tuesday nights open mic hosted by Jeremy Bankhead. And on Thursday evening, McFarland Jams. There's nightly drink specials available every night, all night. And don't forget, live entertainment every weekend. To see a full list of events, visit our website at thecornerpubinconroe.com. So come join us at the Corner Pub, where the deli is open late.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's Junque for more information and store hours.
Gonna stay, yeah, yeah. It's growing every day.
Good morning, everybody. Still morning, and you're listening to the Mark and Cindy Show. Do you know what got me through my 7-hour drive there
Beer
and back?
and crackers. That's just my guess. I
Now,
could
Mark,
be wrong. I'm sorry,
you
Cindy.
know I don't eat crackers.
That-
I know I don't drink beer either. But no, it was listening to
That was good, Cindy.
the Mark and Cindy Show.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
listening to the shows, our archives. I went back to October and
Wow.
like right before Halloween, and I had so much fun listening to those shows. It was a lot of fun. So it got me through those those hours of driving.
Oh
through the
man, I guess so.
flat.
I hadn't
It
thought
is
about that.
It's a difficult drive.
You could do that.
So,
driving.
if you guys have any long trips to take, it's fun. I mean, you listen to your books, but you also can listen to the Mark and Cindy show off of YouTube or SoundCloud.
Yeah, take us with you.
That's right.
We'll try to keep you awake.
No,
I
so
don't
y'all were
know.
there. You went with me the whole time. And because I never know what we're going to say,
No way.
that it keeps it interesting to know what's going to happen next, just like now.
Just like now, and we're going to get back to the two doves dying. And by the way, Cindy actually saw it. And
Well, I
I
just
am
saw the
impressed.
video of them, and when I turned around and looked at it, I thought the Pope was trying to release a dove, like for peace and all
Yeah.
that, and that the dove wasn't having it. He wasn't going to fly out into the crowd, and he was just acting. But they had flown into the where he was standing and waving at the people, and so it's like they were like it was attacking them and attacking him. So people were trying to protect him from that, and
Oh,
you know,
gosh, that'd be terrible.
yikes!
What
So they
happened to
not
the
only
Pope?
fly into airplanes, they fly into the
They
Pope.
do. And what I saw in the paper, and you never know what happened, but they
Ain't that the
said
truth?
that a crow and a seagull ate or killed the doves. I don't know what happened,
Oh.
but I think if you're a pope and you get your eyes plucked out or something by doves, it's your time. I mean, there's something.
There's a message
There's a message
there.
If you're anybody else and a dove does it, hey, it just happened. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
It is
speaking of
strange.
skunks, that's what I would like to mention.
Yeah.
I did not realize this, but they say and they are so smart. They're so much smarter than we are, Cindy.
We have so many days.
Since 1996, the state of Texas, it generally does nothing. They actually have been putting out poisons for rabies, certain types. Like in 1996, it was canines, dogs that were getting them. And then it was the gray foxes. Well, right now they say, by the way, the last person to die of rabies was a guy in Humble, Texas, 2006. A bat flew in his apartment window. In Australia, they've lost 100,000 bats, and they're saying, "Oh, this is terrible," and all. And while they're saying that, they say, "By the way, 3 people contracted, got rabies as a result of the dead bats they were messing with."
But they were
Bats.
afraid they'd become extinct.
Exactly. But now it's skunks, and what they've done, Cindy, and this is I'm saying this to protect the children more than anything else. And it's around East Texas and Central Texas, Austin. They got these little packets that look like the ketchup packets, but it's a bait inside that stinks to high heaven, but it's a rabies vaccine. Like when I was young, not lung.
It's medicine that
It's
they're...
medicine. They said if you get the rabies, they have to shoot
do
you, give you a
shots.
shot in the
Yeah,
stomach,
yeah.
and it really hurts. But if you're a skunk, they can feed you this bad-smelling stuff that you really like, and it will prevent the rabies from getting you. And they're dumping 1-point-something million of these packets all over East Texas and all because
They're
people.
plastic packets?
Well, they're like a ketchup.
Now, how does the environmentalist let this happen? I don't get that.
Well, they say 60 types of varieties of animals can eat it and nothing happened to them. They didn't say all of them. They said 60 varieties. But what they found out is the only ones that can open it is a raccoon because of their little fingers and all. No, I made that part up. I think the skunks can open
Wait
it.
a minute.
I was reading in the paper, maybe I need to quit reading, but this guy's, no, it was YouTube. I am so sorry. Show
okay.
this skunk coming in a cat door, and the guy was filming it. Something's coming in messing up our kitchen. And so they put the film up, and sure enough, there's a skunk coming in the door, and he's going over the pantries and all, and he leaves. Cat and dog doors, what are you thinking? Something's going to come in there
through
that's
that.
not... Yeah, if your cat can fit in, maybe other creatures, like rats, I don't know. But anyway, that's just
Yeah,
me.
at least you have a slide that you can put down to keep... Yeah, you're right.
But
I wouldn't do that.
And all I'm trying to do is save lives and stuff. So, ladies and
Mark,
gentlemen, if you're ever out
you're
wandering
so
around
good.
and you see this little packet that's brown and stinks to high heaven,
Don't use
eat
it on your French fries.
Don't,
No.
don't put it. I don't care how bad it stinks. Don't use it.
Yeah.
See, that's a temptation to a lot of people and children. Well, I'm going to eat it. It
Yeah.
won't hurt them. It will not hurt them. It'll just stink them.
That's horrible.
And don't ever kiss
I
a
just
skunk.
cannot believe they're letting them do that. Because they don't want you to put, don't let a balloon fly off in the air because it may pop
It
and
pop and
somebody
come
will,
down.
and they'll
Get in your throat.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
but
You'll put your eye out.
But we can put out the packets. Okay,
Cindy,
plastic.
did you ever get the flu this year?
I did not. so
did not
far.
either.
Oh, what do you? No, I don't believe in that. I have not. I was going to knock on wood.
That's okay.
But,
Yeah.
But no, I haven't got that yet. But I keep saying I'm going to get that shot. I'm going to get that shot.
It's too late now. Don't get it.
Why? Why is
Seriously,
it too
they
late?
say there is a gestation period. I don't know, some kind of period that after you get it, the shot, you got 2 weeks, and it's going to take effect in 2 weeks. And they say right now you're going to stand a better chance getting the flu if you get the shot than if you don't get the shot now.
Great.
That's just what I read.
I don't know what the incubation period. Like you've been around somebody that's
Incubation,
had the,
I like that. Yeah.
If you've had the flu, or been around someone that had the flu, how long does it take before you know that you got it too?
They're going to find that out because I also read, ladies and gentlemen, this is, I think, in the Chronicle too. A lot of it's from the Courier. This is from the Chronicle, that they are doing research. And this is hard to believe, but they're taking volunteers, and they say, we would like to give you the flu. And we're going to follow how long it takes you to get it, the chance of you not getting it and all. And what they do is they've got the flu virus in a spray bottle. They spray it right on your nose. And, okay, now we're going to monitor you. And these people actually agree.
How much are they being paid for?
I do not know that.
They got to be paid.
I hope so.
They would not do it for free.
But anyway, they give them the flu, and then they watch them. See, if you just take a sick person who has the flu, we're going to monitor you. No, we need to know how you got it, what strain you got.
Right.
This way, they know the strain of flu you got, and they know when you got it, and they can follow it. And that's to save the rest of us in time. These volunteers, they should get the Congressional Medal of Honor, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah,
it depends on how much they're paid, though.
Oh, that's true.
But
would you
can't
do that
imagine.
for, how much money would you do that for?
Did you see I changed it?
Yeah, we've already established. What's that joke? We've already established you're a prostitute. What we want to know is.
Wait, what'd you say?
There's a joke about. Would you do this for $500?
There's a
No.
joke instead
Would you
of
do it for $8 million? Yes. Okay, we've already established you're a prostitute. So, okay, go ahead. That's a sick joke. I'm sorry.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, speaking of football, did you see that the commissioner, the commissioner of NFL or somebody, but he was a high guy. He was a commissioner.
Okay.
Isn't that what they're
means
called?
a lot.
A commissioner?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That they are deciding whether they want to do away with the extra points.
I did. That's like getting rid of the penny.
I can't believe that.
What do you do?
What I mean, I don't understand why they think that would be a thing they need to do, because they always get it, because they always get the extra points. So why? But that's not true. They always don't get the extra point.
It's true. It's rare they don't.
Make sense.
One thing I enjoy about the Pro Bowl, it was on last night. I didn't watch all of it, but here you've got all of these pros. They don't have a kickoff because you've got guys, offensive linemen, all kinds of guys. They're the only ones. There's no special team, so you got to get the All-American whoever to go down there, All-Pro guy, and they say no, you're going to get hurt. So what they do in extra points, these guys never go in on the extra points. Only the special teams do, So they don't even try to block it or a field goal. They don't even. They just stand there, like, okay, kick it. And that's the way it's interesting. I don't know what, but
I just thought the people that are in there, and the only thing they can do is kick, because they couldn't play on the line or anything. They're not big enough and all. But and that was the only the entrance for the females to come on board the NFL that they, at one time thought was to be a kicker.
Yeah.
But I think that's so strange. Those poor guys have been practicing and practicing. This is what they're going to do with their life, and they're going to be in the NFL, and then they eliminate the whole thing.
I was blessed to get to talk to this guy who used to be the snapper. He wasn't the center for Arkansas way back when, but he snapped for punts and extra points and all. And
he didn't have to go to school for that or anything, did he? I don't.
Yeah, I don't
be
know.
The one that's
it's a talent that to get it right where you need to and to get it at the speed and spiraling, it is tough, and not many people can do it, but he can do it. And in the pros, they've got a rule now that you cannot, on a snap for the punter or the field goal, you can't instantly hit the center after he's hiked it. You've got to give him a second to compose himself, because they get so nervous. They realize the minute this ball's gone, I'm getting ready to get hit.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
so, but in college, he said that they did not have that rule when he was playing, and he said they would play it. I think it was Missouri. He said every time we played Missouri, I'd think, oh gosh, I hate this, because he said the minute that ball left my hands, I knew I'm going to get crunched right there. He said some teams did it differently. They didn't even mess with the center, but Missouri, he said, they hit me so hard every time.
Now, when's the Super Bowl?
This coming Sunday.
This coming Sunday
Yeah.
is Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah. And then I know when to go to the show and when to go do stuff.
You know that loudmouth Sherman guy from Seattle?
Richard Sherman?
Since then, I've heard about him, and he's a very well-educated man, and he is, they say, the best defensive back. And I was running him down. I said Crabtree was, caught a lot of passes, but they said, no, Sherman did a super job. And he was so, and he was talking, he said, right after a game, we've won, I'm excited, and you put a microphone in front of my face, and I am going to go crazy. And he said, I did.
Richard said, it's a wonder we don't hear more of that with those silly reporters, like, give them a minute to come down before you, because they're programmed and they're trained to say certain things.
That was one of my favorite videos. It was the Australian Open in 2012 with that Spanish tennis player, and then I think the other guy was Russian, but they did the ceremony right after the game, and they expected them to stand up. And I think it was one of the longest.
Oh, man, Australia, it was 104 degrees out there.
But I think it was one of the longest games.
Yeah.
And then that they expected these guys. So there's this video of them, the two players, and they're like, you can kind of see them falling asleep while standing up, and they're trying to move their legs, and no one's really paying attention to that because, they're doing the award ceremony.
Sheesh.
That is true.
And that tennis can go on for, love, what, anyway.
I don't know how they,
depending,
I don't know
you got to break the thing, whatever. Anyway, fascinating. But, and it is, with respect to the game, I still would like to see Peyton Manning team win, but then Seattle's never won a Super Bowl, so I'm not going to feel bad one way or the other.
And it's got that guy Coleman on it. I want him to do well. I thought we were going to hear about him.
What do y'all think about it being in New York or New Jersey?
New Jersey.
That was really smart.
Wasn't that smart? It could be snowing like a bad dog.
That's what they're worried about now. They've been talking about it. So, wouldn't it be funny? First Super Bowl moved because of weather.
Yeah.
Do you think they would ever do that?
No, they wouldn't do that. They would.
No, people wouldn't watch football anymore because people play football there still.
They do. New Jersey's upset because New York's getting all of the economic benefit from it.
That's right.
People
They are
going there.
You see Times Square, what they've done in Times Square, getting ready for it. So it's exciting. I know everybody's really excited to see it. So who do you call? Are you calling anybody?
It's going to be Denver, I hope.
Everybody's saying Denver. Yeah. Everybody's saying Denver.
And I'm not going to be upset. But once again, I am a little upset. We do have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have an encouraging word on the Mark and Cindy show. Right now, listen to these short messages.
Where it's gonna stop, I'm sure that nobody knows. Hey, 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 nobody knows.
Hi, I'm Tina, and I will be your host for a new program on Lone Star Internet Radio. I call it Retro Saturdays. Every Saturday at 5 p.m., I will be playing music from the 1930s to the 1970s. I will play a different genre of music every weekend of the month. You will hear big band music, jazz, 70s classic rock, and 60s oldies. Join us for Retro Saturdays at 5 p.m. every Saturday of the month. Go to irlonestar.com for more information on Retro Saturdays on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas, Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and/or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
My love for you just
back, ladies and gentlemen. You're on the Mark and Cindy Show. This is our final segment of the show. It's
Did you know
time when
that
we have an encouraging word.
Did you know who's coming up next, though? Is Rick Shishler.
The
Weekly
Business Hour?
Weekly Business Hour.
Okay, is he...
He's going to be on... do you know who his guest is today?
Yes, David Foy.
David
Foy from the Four Foy Boys who were in vaudeville back with James Kent.
Well, you know, you can't miss Rick Shishler on the Weekly Business Hour coming right up after the Mark and Cindy Show.
Mark and Cindy. And anyway, yeah, that's... I'm usually on the road during his show. I don't know why I haven't been catching it on the archives. But, Cindy, one of my many failings, and there are so many, is my lack of business acumen. I don't know what that means, but I'm not very business oriented.
Savvy?
Savvy. I like that word better.
Savvy?
Cindy, you're so sharp.
I'm telling you, you have to stay away for about 4 days to get that way. But KSEV, our competitor station, is had an ad out today saying, yes, now you can listen to our shows on your phone and hear them on your computer.
Wow.
They're doing like they
That's
just
innovation.
started. So I just want to know how cutting edge we are.
Wow.
Is that because we've been able to do that. You can go to our archives, the Mark and Cindy Show, and listen to the audio portion right after probably noonish. And then you'll see it on YouTube. By Friday of that week, you'll be able to see it on YouTube and watch what's going on here.
Right, you get to see things that we don't want y'all to see sometimes between spots and all. It's
right.
Yeah, and see, that's a tease to get them to see something I don't want them to see. Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen! I have an encouraging word I wanted to offer to you, but before I do that, because I'm going to forget it. There is a good chance our good friend Rodney Poole will be here tomorrow. He's a local
Rodney Poole.
Real estate developer here in downtown Conroe. He does stuff with buildings, and he's more important than that, he is one nice guy. And I think it's tomorrow.
So many stories. We're hoping tomorrow he'll be here.
Yeah.
And about one of the hotels he's renovating that is all about Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
So you'll have to listen to what they have to do with this.
It's great. Anyway, I was reading, Cindy, this morning. I was in Hebrews, and that's a book of the Bible that is generally not, one that a person would pick to say, hey, I need picked up or something. But it is. I didn't know that until I was reading this, and there is a promise in there. I was reading in Hebrews 4, and it was so helpful to me. And then I started thinking, what if I didn't read the Bible much? And I do, and I didn't used to like to. I would because it was a chore, and I've mentioned this before. I'd read the Bible just because God will think I'm good if I'm trying, at least trying, I watched TV for 4 hours today, 6 hours, but I did spend, 5 minutes reading this chapter, so God's got to love me. Well, it made me think back of Ephesians 6, and the only reason I would think back about it is if I had read it, and here comes a train, if I had read it before, and he's talking about, our battle here on earth is not against flesh and blood. You don't, go fight somebody. That's not our battle. Our battle as children of God is against, and he says, powers, principalities, forces in this dark world, spirits of evil in heavenly places. Mark Hader can't beat those. I cannot. Nor can you by yourself. But then he says, so put on the full armor of God. And he mentions several things. It's all similes, metaphors. It's something for what we need to do. And he mentions, you got to put on the belt of truth and the breastplate of righteousness and the shoes of peace, the shield of the Spirit. And then he says the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit.
Right.
Which is the Word of God. Where I came from, a previous church said the sword of the Spirit is the Bible, and that is the Holy Spirit. It's not. He said you've got the Holy Spirit in you. The sword of the Spirit is the Bible. And if you have trouble reading it, you don't do it because, number one, you don't have time. That used to be my excuse. You can't understand it. That used to be my excuse. The Bible says, seek me and you'll be found by you. Christ said, ask anything in my name and I'll give it to you. He's not going to give you something bad that'll hurt you. But can you imagine seeing your Bible and just honestly praying to God, God, I don't understand this. I don't even want to read it now, but I'm going to because you said if I seek you, I'll be found, and I'm trying. Do you think Jesus is going to hear that prayer and say, "No, I don't think so.
Not
I'm not going to
today.
help you. Yeah,
I got
just
things
you're doing it for
yeah.
nothing." As far
Right.
no, He will help you, and that's in Hebrews. That's what it's saying. He has suffered every temptation you have. He's experienced it. I don't care if you got some kind of sexual problem, if you've got some kind of difficulty in pride, whatever. The temptation has been there for Christ in everything. And
Right.
He is our go-between. So you're not going to tell him anything. He says, "Oh, no way, you're evil and all." No, I've experienced that. I know where you're coming from. Talk to me and we'll get through it.
And
Ladies
there is
gentlemen,
no sin, new sin under
right.
the earth.
There, and that's the thing. If you read the Bible, there are so many, like I've mentioned before, maybe we start in the book of John. It's so upbuilding. In the beginning was the Word was God and all. That is so uplifting, and you'll see these promises, and when you're down and out, you'll just see a promise that just lifts you up. And it is either true or this whole Bible is a bunch of hogwash. I don't believe that.
No.
Everything that's in me makes me see the truth in it, and I hope you can too. And I hope this did help you a little bit. And Cindy, it is so great to have you back,
I'm so happy
safe and
to
all.
be
Thank you so
home.
much.
I'm so happy to be home and right here in downtown Conroe with the Market City Show, and we'll be back tomorrow, I hope, weather permitting, God permitting first, but then weather permitting, that we can be back here. So check in with us and see what's going on tomorrow at 10 a.m. And you guys, be happy. Love somebody. Make somebody else happy. And remember, God loves you, and He's got this.
It's Mark and Cindy on the radio, 10 to 11 a.m. Well, it's Mark.
Hey everyone, this is Tina, your host from Retro Saturdays. I wanted to invite you to visit the Lone Star Studios here in downtown Conroe, Texas. We're all volunteers here, and we need your help in serving the Montgomery County area. Radio media is a fun field to be in. Lone Star Internet Radio serves Montgomery County with news, current events, local programming, and of course, music. If you are interested in volunteering and sharing your talents in media, go to irlonestar.com and let us hear from you. Lone Star Internet Radio, serving Montgomery County from the heart of downtown Conroe.